Can you monitor?
Now you want me to work. Is it on? Now? Just start now? How you got that much space?
You gonna be filming?
I don't even know, man.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, okay. Thanks, man. Is this running? What is?
No, orientation's blocked.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let me see.
Okay.
I'm Elliot, by the way.
Gordy.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Gordy. Yeah, I got you.
Father.
So, also, you want this to be as close as possible because the audio is, you know what I mean? Like, it's through the phone. So, the closer it is, the better the audio is going to be. So, I think you should be sitting next to this gentleman right here. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. We already started behind time. Is this a timer?
Yeah, we flew one up. This is separate. Yes.
Huh? Your columnist. You looking at me? Who you looking
Elliot, you said don't walk in front of us. Like, maybe we could just voice it. We could probably.
Or that. Yeah.
There's seats right here. I said, hey, why you being so awkward?
I was all the way upstairs for that.
Oh.
Don't see it.
All right, thank you all for being here. Welcome, welcome.
Oh, hold up, hold on, say.
Welcome to Owning Our Stories, Reclaiming Our Narratives.
So all you're doing is just turning this to whoever's talking.
Gotcha.
Carol from the Projects Productions.
And Amplify the Human.
Woo. And of course, it's the last day of the month, but we want to just say Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
You know, it's always like, oh, we're here. Yes. And I could just. All right, so my name is Nicole L. Thompson, and I am a filmmaker. I am also the founder of the North Film School, and I am the author of the book Film Piece.
Come on, man.
My name is Mia Hall. That's my
Social Media Hall TV, if y'all want to follow me. I am a producer, new author. I have a book called Glow Girl. It's for teenage girls to grow, lead, overcome, and win.
Mm.
Hey, how you doing? Vincent Ferguson. I'm a music producer, artist, educator, and yeah, 2024, graduate out here.
Hey,
And
congratulations.
also Amplify the Human is the startup venture.
Awesome, awesome. And yes, I was a 2006 Hudson graduate, learning and teaching program.
In 2025.
LDIT, Learning Design Innovation Tech. It's kind
Yes.
of new mad words, all kind of words.
In the building. And so I want to get to know you all a little bit as well. Let me just make sure. Can some people in the room just tell me like what industry you might be in or something that you're building?
I'll start. My name is Stefisha Equoy Walton. I'm the co-principal over at the Freedom School. I'm here with two of my amazing colleagues, Chef
Yay.
Frankie and Renee, who's our lead chef at the Freedom School, and run horticulture at the farm. I teach financial literacy at the school for our students, and I too am a producer. So I'm producing a film called Sign My Name to Freedom about Miss Betty
Come on,
DeSas.
tell them.
We
so-
are gonna
Hey.
speak. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come
Okay.
on.
Okay. Yeah. See, she already
So
put
let's
it on
talk.
social media.
Only
Okay.
black
That's
woman in American history, first black woman to cross the color barrier into Walnut Creek. That is a story that needs to be told.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Let's
Uh-huh.
go.
Listen, we love a good plug here. Please, anyone else want to introduce themselves or anything that they're working on before we get dive
And why you came here? Like one other person.
So my name is Valerie Nyberg. I am actually currently in my MFA program at Antioch University. I'm writing my memoir, Family Kintsugi, a memoir about mental illness, caste, and I forget the last one. But anyway, so it's an intergenerational story about my family and education and the forces of what's brought me to this moment. Which is why I'm here at this particular.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Well, we're so glad that all of you are here. Really quickly, I'm going to go over the state of the film industry, just to give an overview of where we are right now. And we can be inspired, right? I know I say it like, as if it's so dire, like we're in duress, but it is a little bit, but, we can still be positive. All right, so, and I worked with Steve Harvey for 6 years, so that's why I have me, him, and John Maxwell. That's from something that I produced and was on the Today Show. So, all right. So yes, like I said, film industry is in a bit of duress. I won't say it's like of course totally all bad, but in a recent Forbes article, Issa Rae talked about just how much Hollywood studios are now unfortunately taking their productions overseas because of the strikes, because people are demanding more money, which is a great thing, we should, but unfortunately now that has lessened productions. But you know what, that's the bad news, but the good news is that digital media is growing at a faster rate than it ever has, and it's really surpassing traditional forms of media. And when I say traditional, I mean like kind of newspapers, books, everything like that, but we have these streaming platforms, right? You can be a streamer. Streamers are, that was a position that you wouldn't even said, I want to be this when I grow up, because it didn't exist, right? So, but these platforms are outperforming broadcast networks and things like that. I had to include a picture of my mom because without her I wouldn't be here. So, but she always encouraged me to tell my own story, share my own narrative. And I started a podcast with my dad, Parables from the Projects. It's my dad right here. So we have to tell our own stories. That's why I, share that. And this is just a few media outlets. You can see bloggers, journalism, internet, books, of course, television. And a study done by PwC Global Entertainment Media showed that outpacing, like I said, that digital media now is even more sought after by advertisers because they know that more people are watching things online than they are on regular traditional networks. So yes, this is what happens when we don't claim our narrative. We get pictures like the one on the right, that we unfortunately saw for a long time when Mike Brown's case was being, reported. There's been studies that show this happens all the time. This wasn't just with Mike Brown and Ferguson. They always show, unfortunately, like when it's black victims, when it's victims of color, they don't show them with their families. They show them, like that, not looking like they just graduated from high school. He literally graduated months before, he was unfortunately shot and killed. So this is what happens when we don't claim our narrative. And then this was a study done by Equal Justice Initiative. They're one of the people that do research on this. You can see the word clouds that, you know, when characterizing white defendants, you see father, son, man. But unfortunately, when we see black people in the media, oh, arrested, accused, murder, you know. And then just more about storytelling. One of my favorite quotes from Virginia Hamilton, author of The People Can Fly. She said, storytelling was the first opportunity for black folks to present themselves as anything other than property.
Mm-hmm.
So this is, you know, somebody from history that, you know, is telling us, you know, that this is very important for us, right? And it has evolved over time. So I just included, you know, that, I mean, from when we only had print books, you know, sometimes we only had the internet, and then we had the internet, and I was able to interview Nipsey Hussle. This is my own platform. So, you know, so we have to tell our own stories. And I'm going to pass it on to Nicole.
Thank you. Now, how do you use filmmaking to tell our stories? Well, we're going to get into nitty gritty and speak on the art of crafting a narrative, right? So we all know this. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? So how about moving images, film, media, even more words, right? So telling your story refers to the authentic representation of a community experiences, history, and culture, right? Owning our narrative as a people is essential because it allows us to reclaim our stories. These images below are from times where I was able to tell my story, right? I have the pleasure of directing 2 feature films for Lifetime TV Network. Wow. In doing so, I made sure that representation was very pivotal and key with putting these stories out onto the media, right? So in the left image, you see a black woman, and I cast her in a role that is a role of dignity, right? When we own our own stories, we have the power to decide how we're represented in those stories. Okay, now diving even deeper. Filmmaking is one of the most important mediums for storytelling because it has visual and emotional platforms, right? We hear it and we see it. Over here on the far right, we have a study brought to us by the USC Annenberg Report, and it speaks to the drastic numbers that show how black stories are not being represented in the media. So in the year 2023, of all the films that was created by Hollywood that year, 18 films had no black or African American speaking characters. And those numbers are very, very low, right? So if we don't tell our own stories, we will. And this is a case study on some fictional films, right? So when we think about storytelling, we think about the multiple buckets we can step into. We can step into the bucket of fictional films, and we can step into the bucket of non-fictional films. So with fictional films that explore dramatized stories that are imaginative, right? We have some examples here, Black Panther, recent studies, right? It was said to say, Black Panther told us the world that, you know, our films travel across, right? They've been traveling across, right? That's why we shared a bit of Ease by You as well from Case 11, and also Moonlight, which won an Oscar. Also, non-fictional films, right? What about the films that are based off of true stories? Those films matter as well. So whether you're telling a story that you imagine or telling a story that is influenced by your real life or others' real stories, we have the power to yield those narratives into existence, as seen with Selma, 42, and Just Mercy. Now I'll pass to Ms. to talk to us a little bit more about storytelling.
All right. So, thank you. And, so intergenerational storytelling and AI. So jumping into it, intergenerational. Like, be honest. Like, when's the last time you've had longer than a 30-minute conversation with a youth younger than 17 that wasn't a family member?
2 to 5 minutes
Educators don't count. but for most people, it's not an actual thing. So you all count. But again, like there's the engagement and the wisdom and information that passes down is happening through these new mediums. And also collaborative learning. So, you know, like people in a room doing something. Cultural preservation. So at this point, you know, there's museums, but now you're able to have things live in the world. And breaking stereotypes. So we just saw an example of what a stereotype looks like if you have the power to pick and choose a photo. So, and also hands-on learning. So the obvious, a lot of times with equipment, like you're out of the digital realm. So some of it might be, we'll talk about that later, but also, you know, with this right here, this is production, which requires hands-on equipment, tech. A camera might be $300,000. So intergenerational storytelling. So one of my examples is I used to be a music production, rock band, and a film teacher at Williamsburg Charter High School. And we'll give an example of, this is one of my students here. So we did music production class, they cut our budget, so we pivoted to film, and now we had a $800,000 production be a part of our school, utilize our school grounds to film it, and then several of my students and faculty were in the film. So now they have SAG, they're SAG eligible, they work in the industry now,
Hey.
and this is in the camera and behind the camera, so it's both. And the latest school I'm working with is at Motion Picture Technical High School, which is in Queens right now, which is, they have a very innovative model where they're actually getting funds from the DOE to fund major films. So, and these films are intergenerational, because adults are writing, and some are co-writing, but again, the youth are the producers behind the camera and some in front of the camera. What do the youth say about it? I could be up here just talking, but don't listen to me. Please listen to, the voice of the youth.
Alright, so what's up, y'all? This is our production right here. It's a blessing to be a part of this. We started from mockumentaries and music production class to big old production. I can't say the name of it because this is like secret stuff, like this is real deal stuff. So to everybody in summer school, next time just learn not to be in summer school so you could be in summer cool, and actually like do something with your life, Plus, y'all was talking man about our school, but now look. Exactly. All the cool kids, not so cool no more, Y'all be a little cooler if y'all were here. But it's okay.
Absolutely. I'm so grateful for this opportunity, this amazing production crew. We're gonna be in a movie in our school.
That's dope. I love this.
And so again, like these are our youth walking around with this youthful confidence.
So, what's up, y'all? Alright, so what's up, y'all?
There you go.
Alright, thank you. Alright, and also CTE, Career and Technical Education. So one of the things that's also offered is certificates. Like they're not just, doing cool stuff, like they're actually getting things that they can walk to people in the industry and be like, look, I'm certified and have a portfolio of work. And so that's what's ended up happening, and now, it's something, a badge of honor. But it's also like, no, you actually have these technical skills that, again, film school, it's, I don't know, what is that, 150,000 or something crazy now. Like too much. And so also I put in social emotional learning, because think about how much a student might learn about themselves and their confidence through creating something tangible. Okay. And also just a quick stats. So this is about the career side. So, again, the POCs are, 31% of editors, production designers, 5.9% animators, 37.1%. So these are lower numbers. So now as people gain more skills, like these are new stories that are being introduced into the markets. AI and storytelling. Okay, now about to get crazy now. All right, so AI is a branch of computer science focused on creating systems capable of performing tasks that typically require human intelligence. We know. So, all right, so algorithm, problem solving, perception, language, yes. So I want you to focus on augmentation versus generation. So augmentation is you have an idea and you're using AI to just, augment it, like to give another version, if that's your imagination. Versus prompting, where it's generation, where you just enter something in and it's up to its imagination. And so revisionists conflict with AI. So if you're like, I want to see Malcolm X doing a speech, you're going to get like a bit of a distorted version, because it also includes an imagination of, these people that design some of these AI models in large language. So it can get a little distorted. And AI and ethics, again, it can be a little tricky, because depending on who's wielding the tools, who has access, they get to tell the story. So, all right, and also what we're doing here, the software that we're going to be using, Sora, CapCut, Firefly, ChatGPT. We're doing a mix of a couple of those. And now we're going to jump into, and I'm talking fast for time, but I want you all to jump into this. So I'm about to show you all an AI-generated film that talks about a very esoteric game that happens in communities of color. And there's some issues with this game, and I hope this sheds a little light on some of the conflicts that may come up.
And we co-created this together using this AI software.
Yeah. Yes, summertime. Go outside, relax, vibe. Play some ball. Some people don't do any of that. Some people have been training. Playing an underground card game in the community. A game known as spades. Don't cut your partner, get your books. Don't learn in public and come back the best. Steady lock, steady roll. Yeah.
The way she knows is crazy. Crazy.
Let's run the stage out. Alright, so it might have been a little bit of So there's some things that happened in here that might have been a little bit questionable. You may have saw it, you may have not. So, again, this is a group of people pushing up against the walls, a little weird, then it kind of flips itself over.
Yeah. Yes, summertime.
And it's all why the walls?
Go outside.
So it gets a little weird at times. It's not perfect. And then some of the other weirdness that shows up is, did anybody notice the body trade? Did anybody notice? No, y'all missed it. So pay close attention to the basketball game. All right, yes, we have the average black man and average, racially ambiguous. Maybe white dude, man, I don't know. They go up.
Yeah, that is.
Look at his leg. Look at his leg.
Now, look at the face.
Yeah.
Yo.
Do any of that.
You're right, you changed races.
Right.
Now he's mixed.
What is racism?
Some people have been training.
And then my favorite
Playing an
thing.
underground card. In public and come
When they
back
flipped
the
the
best.
table, I was like, what is she doing?
Yeah. She flipped the table with no legs. Yo, imagination. I would have never thought of that.
Steady lock, steady roll. Yeah.
Then the legs come back. All right, so.
Sometimes AI can't really decipher what is humanly possible. They take it a little literal sometimes.
That's a little scary almost.
Yeah.
Have you all seen the picture of Bob Marley as an elder? It caused a lot of controversy
Yep.
because of AI.
See? Mm-hmm.
All right, so now we're going to take a moment to show our narratives. These are films that we put together, and in doing so, we're going to preface a task for you all. So we're showing 4 films, and we want you to identify amongst the 4 films which is AI. Let's see if you study hard, study long, are able to identify which one's the AI. So we have it here. What's the name
Ball.
of this one? Just Ball. Just Ball.
Just ball.
Hi there. Would you want to play ball with us?
Running through these veins, I just miss my dark face. Keep the faith. Baby on the way, then I caught my case. I went on the run and gave myself some time to think. Sitting in my cell, all I did was pray. Call home once a week and tell my people I'm okay. Ask me if I'm stressing, I say hell no, I'm straight. But you can tell the difference cause it's written on my face. I've been working out, I've been gaining weight. I've been having dreams about the day they crack the cake. Ain't sent me no mail, pregnant with my baby girl. Plan to take over the world, I just ended up in jail. Writing down my plans, hoping I don't hit the pen. Drop 1,000 on my books and trust me, I'll be back again. Running through these veins, I just miss my daughter's face. Keep the faith. Running through these veins, I just miss my daughter's face. Keep the faith. Running through these veins, I just miss my daughter's face. Keep the faith. Running through these veins, I just miss my daughter's face.
I'ma be all the way real with you, look.
Keep the faith.
Definitely died for his daughter, just to let her breathe. And I definitely died for Jesus, cause he died for me. Give my eyes to Stevie Wonder just to see what he's seen. But then I take them right back to see Martin Luther's dream. I dreamed that I could tell Martin Luther we made it. But half of my black brothers are still incarcerated. Locked up in a cell block, lost from the shell shock. Some sold they soul, others used to sell rocks. Look up in my mailbox, I get letters from my cousin every week. Said he wanna hit the streets, but he never struck a deal, cause his mouth will never squeal. Put some money on his books and help him out with his appeals. And some pictures of the fam and nasty pics of Shauna. If you ever have to leave, I got your mother and your daughter.
Cute.
Hey, sweetie. Hey, Mom. Thanks again for taking him. Of course. Hey, it's gonna be okay. Your bedroom is straight ahead, but You can explore the entire house. Just don't touch your grandfather's books. Mom is here. Hey, are you ready to go?
Ma, I'll stay. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Orientation is locked.
So of the films that
Wow.
we showed,
The orientation is locked.
Is that gonna be a good one?